Willie D Live.
Now, I'm not looking for no trouble. I really don't want no trouble because conflict is costly. Even when you win, you might lose. Read between the lines. Even when you win, you might lose. Conflict is costly. Now, if you're back up against the wall and you ain't got no choice, you do what you got to do. But I'm not going to be addressing every one of these suckers that got something slick to say. I heard what you said, Anton. Yeah, I heard y'all with your little panel discussion. Yeah. Let me say this. I've had my share of women. You can't find one woman on this planet that I ever dealt with that would call me a simp. They might call me some other words, but they ain't gonna say simp. I never put a woman's happiness before my own happiness. Now we can be happy together, but it's gonna have to be some reciprocation. We're gonna have to look out for me, I look out for you. But ain't gonna be no, and look, ain't gonna be no misusing. I don't rock like that. So a lot of these dudes, they be talking, they just be running their mouth. They don't know what the hell they talking about. They don't know me. They don't know me at all. All they know is what they gather from these YouTube videos. They can go listen to some music and be like, oh, you. That's it. That's all they got. As public of a person I am, I'm a very private person. So I'm not jumping on the internet telling people all my business and all this. So when a dude says something, if it is true, it's public knowledge. I don't hang around with suckers. I don't hang around rats. So when a dude is running their mouth or whatever, they don't know, they're not talking to me. They're not talking about me. So when somebody says, well, why you ain't answer Wack? Well, you should say something back to Wack. You got to say something. Say something. So we're going to go back and forth, just on the internet. Sound like, so I'm just going to just start talking on the internet back and forth like a woman. Any of you youngsters out there listening, understand this. Men don't argue with women. Understand that. I wasn't even going to address this. Not on the internet. I was looking forward to seeing you in traffic. But since you kept on making video, kept on, okay. Let me let these people know, because, and it ain't for you. It really ain't for you, chump. It's really for the youngsters. It's really for the youngsters so they can understand how a man moves. All that tough talking tough and making threats and all this type of stuff, that ain't how it go. If you're going to do something, you just do it. You don't make no threats, you just do it. You don't let your enemy know what you're thinking and how badly you want to get at them. You don't do all of that. That ain't how it go. You don't get online and start running your mouth and talking about what you're going to do, because now you're giving the people evidence if something go down. You don't do that. So I'm really speaking to the youngsters. That's why I started off by saying, y'all come on in from every, don't matter where you're from. Come on in. Because Houston is big enough to get this information. But it ain't big enough for a rat to hide. Not for a long time. Not for a long time. Hey, rat called you a snitch. Man, you got to say something. You got to say something. Rat called you. You know, Dude calling me a snitch is like somebody calling me a car. You know, you might as well call me a snitch. You might as well call me a box of rocks. You might as well call me a bed, you know, a bridge. Because that's how it rolled off me. I know you ain't talking to me. I ain't never snitched on my sisters and brothers. When we were growing up, I ain't never snitched on my sisters and brothers to get out of an ass whooping. And my mama used to whoop ass. I ain't never snitched on my sister or brothers, my sisters or brothers to get out of an ass whooping. I would take it. But while I'm on this snitch thing, this is what I do. I will electronically transfer anybody in the world $100,000 if you can produce one person who claims that I snitched on them and provide documentation. Because my name, ain't nobody name on my paperwork. Ain't nobody name on my paperwork nowhere. Where somebody's name was on my paperwork, we both stayed down. We both held it down. They tried to get him to flip on me. They tried to get me to flip on him. We both came out there walking out the doors like bosses. You can't find it. It don't exist. That's the problem with the internet. A pair of lips will say anything. You dudes like this dude. Let me be specific, because I came here to speak on this dude right here. To speak on this cantankerous, bitter, old bum, old dusty man, broke, disgusted. Life has failed him. His plan did not work out to be a rapper or an executive, whatever the hell he wanted to do. It didn't work out. He ends up a person on the outskirts of success. He thinks that he's made more contributions than he actually have. He thinks because he knows a few people and he was in the studio for a couple of sessions that he did something major. We don't know you. You've done nothing. The reason why the legends I called today don't know you. They don't know your name because they don't know who your ass is. They've never heard of you. Them little 7,000 subscribers you got, every last one of them should unsubscribe immediately, but they not, because like I said, some of them are hoes just like you. Some of them are cowards just like you. Some of them are bitter, and they mad at the success of Slim Thug. They mad at Bun B's success. They mad at the fact that Willie D is successful. See, the difference between me and a lot of you dudes, there's a lot of differences, but one of the biggest differences is when I see black men doing good, I generally wish for the best. I hope them the best. I like seeing it. Makes me feel good. Even if I don't buy that team or I don't, get that triple Grammy opportunity like Killer Mike, I'm going to still call Killer Mike and say, congratulations, brother. You're looking good. I don't pick up the Grammy. I still call Chameleon and say, yo, man, congratulations. Well, actually, I didn't call Chameleon. My graphics designer, we had the same graphics designer. And my graphics designer called me and told me Chameleon I had won the Grammy. And I said, yeah, we won. Because I know when Chameleon I won, that was going to put more eyeballs on the city. So that was a good look for us. But this dude, look at him. Look like his breath smelled like a sack of motherfuckers. All day, every day, talking down on black men. That's what he do. That's his hustle. Talking down on other black men, that's his hustle. That's all he do. That's why his ass ain't got no blessings. That's why his ass living in that damn trailer park, whatever the hell that is. Look at him. I can see it. I see the venom, the hatred for black men, no other men, just black men. Dudes like this dude, they proud of the wrong things. They proud that they shot somebody, usually another brother. They proud that they went to prison. They proud that they got some wheels on their car. They proud of their wheels. They more proud of their wheels than their kids. They proud of destroying the neighborhood. They're proud of that. When they should be proud of building, you should be able to cite somewhere where you contribute to building up your neighborhood. You should have something like that on your record. You should be proud that you avoided prison or caught a case, or if you did go to prison, they didn't get you again. You should be proud that you're a loving father who raised your own kids. And if your children ain't with you in the house, then you need to be proud that you pay your child support or they got everything they need and some of what they want. You need to be proud that when you see another man having things, your plan ain't to take what he have, but to be motivated by what he have to get your own. Be proud that you don't make decisions based off emotions rather than critical thinking. Be proud that you studied and passed that test, that you worked and got that promotion that you wanted, that you started a new business that could possibly create generational wealth. These are the type of things that we should be proud of. But instead, you got old bastards in their 40s and 50s, 60s, being proud of joining gangs, being in a gang, leading the youngsters off the cliff when they know that ain't the right way to go. They already been there. They already seen it. That's why they trying to avoid it. But they taking their experiences. Some of these dudes who've been to prison, what they're doing, they're taking their experiences and they're glorifying those experiences, trying to monetize them on social media. Instead of them saying, you know what? I know people gonna call me a hypocrite, but I don't give a damn. I'm not gonna be out here saying stupid stuff, leading the youngsters off the cliff. I'm gonna give them the game. Now they can accept it or they can reject it, but I'm going to give them the game. Now, these fools is out here making these youngsters think that it's cool to join the gang and represent it and all this stuff. It's cool to squeeze that trigger. It's cool to ride around with that chopper in the trunk. See, we talked about the chopper in the trunk in our music, in the Ghetto Boys music. We talked about the chopper in the trunk, but we also told you the consequences of having that chopper in the trunk. How your ass was going to get an automatic 5, 10 years, depending on how many felonies you already got. You might end up with a life sentence. They're leading the youngsters astray on purpose so they can pad their pockets. They just trying to get content. And the youngsters are falling for it because the youngsters are thinking, well, damn, he already did. He's old man. He's my elder, so he knows better than me. Plus, a lot of these dudes, they sound good. They sound like pimps. You know what I'm saying? They sound, it's like my girl Teslin Figaro said. Pimps, it's 3 P's: the pimps, the pastors, and the politicians. They all talk a good game. They talk a good game. So these dudes really sound like some pimps because they got that experience. And the youngsters, a lot of them, they just want to be fly. So if all the older dude got to do is jump on the internet and lie to them and make it sound fly to them. And they're going to get right behind them because they don't know no better. They ain't got no daddies. And their mama too busy trying to do what she got to do or whatever she's doing. They're unlearned, and they're getting the information from dudes who are unlearned. But they do know better. But they're leading the youngsters off a cliff.